there was a game that I unfortunately had to watch, and it was actually sad. I watched the first half and I quit watching because I was like, this team, I'm sick of Chelsea.
Yeah.
I'm disappointed. And then you see we come back and like we score in the. I think Tammy put it home in the 90th.
Yeah, let me pull these up here. Yeah, it
Um,
was you left it late, as they would say over there. You left it late.
very late. Man, I misplaced my phone. Had my stats on it, but it's all good. But yeah, there was some crazy. Did you see the stats of this game?
I'm
Like
pulling them up.
possession,
I think it was it 76-24? Is
and
that
we passed the ball 700 times, and then West Brom only passed it like 100 and something. It was unbelievable.
Yeah, it was 76-24. You had 711 passes and they had 168.
And we drew.
Yep, and you drew and you should have lost. I'm not even kidding. You should have lost the match.
Okay,
Like,
we should have lost a match. I think I'm gonna go first on this one because I'm heated. As a
okay.
Chelsea fan and as a spender of money, of pounds, this is disappointing. This is
Yeah.
anger. This is making me very angry. Because you beat West Brom. I listened to Frank Lampard after the game, and he said it should have been 3 points. And he said, no offense to West Brom,
Right.
but he said it should have been three. But I love what he said. He said it wasn't tactics, it was just mistakes.
Yeah.
It was just when you think about Thiago Silva,
That
like there wasn't a tactical error. He wasn't in a wrong spot. It's just like,
no.
hey, I didn't look at the ball. I'm thinking about a pass. Gone.
Yeah.
Caleb Robinson puts it home. Then
Yeah.
you see the second goal. I mean, I think
Tiago was the second goal.
second
The
goal. You
first
look at
goal, yeah.
the first goal. Mark, I think it was Alonso or somebody headed it back in play, and they just took off with it. Bam.
Yeah.
And then the third goal, apparently, because I was wondering why Alonso he got benched coming into the second half, and Cesar Azui came back
Yeah.
in. But I figured out that it was actually Alonso's man and not Reece James
Okay.
that got free. Because I was like, Reece, what are you doing?
Yeah, what are you doing?
You need to scoot up. Y'all are doing a high line so he can
Right.
be off. But apparently that was supposed to be Alonso's guy, is what I heard.
Okay.
So that's why he got subbed. So it was just like, hey, these are just mistakes. These are just things we have to do better. Because
Right.
as you can see, second half, we
Yeah.
controlled the whole game.
Dominant. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you put three goals in like you should have in the first half, and you had chances in the first half.
We
It
did.
was just like that
Hit the
perfect
post.
Leeds Liverpool game.
Yep.
Like, they scored every chance they had,
Yep.
and you guys didn't take any of your chances. Hit the post, hit the bar. Mason Mount was looking great. Werner off the bar, and all of a sudden it's 3-0, and he side foots in the corner to the keeper never moves, and it's 3-0. You're like, what the heck?
Hey, one quick thing. Shout out to Kepper. When I was watching this game, I was like, if Kepper was in, he would have got killed. But as y'all can see, none of that. Like
Yeah.
nobody's blaming Caballero. You see, sometimes the keeper is not the problem. Like
Yeah, well, you didn't pay 90 million for Caballero,
that's
did
true.
you?
That's true. We
No,
got
I'm
him
just
probably on
I'm
a
I'm
free.
just being that guy. But no, I get it. Like, shoot, were they savable? No, he had a one-on-one, or I mean, Reece James gets megged on the first one. Keeper never
Mm-hmm.
saw it. The
Nope.
one-on-one with the second one, nobody saves that. And then free runner at the back post, he hits it side foot, side net. Like, what do you,
Exactly.
what
What
do
do you
you?
do?
Yeah,
So I'm just like, you can bring Mendy, you can bring Oblak, you can bring Newer. Nah, maybe Manuel might say this, but I'm just saying, like, you look at this, I'm like, dang, Kepler, I'm sorry. I bet might have been smiling on the inside, like, I told y'all, I'm
shoot, I
not
bet he was
crazy.
glad. He's like, if I was out there, it'd be 3-0 still. Like,
Exactly.
they'd be wrecking me for nothing. I can't do anything about that.
So the question, and let me pull that up because this is the real question. Is it time to start panicking, Jake? Is Chelsea? Because I think their runner form of late hasn't been dominating. They haven't really killed teams. I think the only team they murdered was Bristol in the Carabao or
Barnsley,
EFL Cup,
yes,
Barnsley.
yes,
So it's like
yes.
that doesn't count. So what are you seeing? What are you thinking when you look at this Chelsea squad?
I mean, panic. you can't panic till Christmas, right?
Okay.
Isn't that the rule? Don't look at the league table till Christmas. I mean, are you saying Frank out? Is that the thought? Because that's panic.
That
I
is
don't think
panic. That's panic.
I don't know. I mean, shoot, the midfield. I mean, I know it's the defense, but the midfield. Kovacic lost the ball in midfield more than anybody I've ever seen, man. Like trying to turn and dribble and touching it 8 feet out in front of him, and now West Brom. Shoot, West Brom. They came in. They want 1 point. When they see the ball out there, they're kicking it as far as they can, and shoot, they scored 3 chances like that. You know. And I mean, the ball comes back to Thiago Silva, and I mean, I don't know if it can be coached. Is the thing like that? That's what's upsetting about it. That's what you said. It's not tactics. It's Thiago Silva picked his head up. It accidentally played a pass to Callum Robinson. It's 2-0.
2-0. Game,
No, I
set,
don't
match.
think it's time for panic. I mean, the thing is, we're going to learn a lot about Frank Lampard. This is what I'm looking forward to because you've spent the money. You spent the money. I mean, you can't bring anybody else in. I read Chelsea spent 222 million pounds.
Yep.
West Brom spent 22 million pounds. 3-3. You know, shoot.
I'm gonna make sure I edit that out. That's horrible.
You're not gonna buy anybody. You know, I mean, this is time you spent the money. Let's see what you can do with what you have. You know, you bought Kai Havertz. You refused to buy a center back. So I guess you're just gonna have to learn how to do without it. We saw what Thiago Silva did. You told me, you said we bought Thiago Silva. I said no, they gave you Thiago Silva for free.
Did. PSG sold them off because they knew it was coming. Apparently.
Shoot, but I mean, it seems that you have all the pieces. We're gonna learn. I mean, we saw it with Liverpool. I mean, it was 3-3 against Leeds with Liverpool, right? They just had too much quality to make it 4-3. You know, they were never going to draw that match.
Yeah.
I do think it's a respect thing with West Brom. How do you train hard all week to play against West Brom?
Yeah.
You know, but then they just didn't have the quality. They fought back. They had a great second half, you know, but you can't score 4 in one half against a team like that when they're diving in front of the ball. Anything.
Literally, their whole team did not go past half field the whole rest of the game. The whole second half,
they loved it.
It was the wall. It was legit the wall. So,
shoot, I don't know. I think it's time for Frank to try some formations. I think it's time to maybe figure out how to protect some of those midfielders because it's all Conte, you know. He's doing a lot on his own.
I wasn't impressed by him.
I know, and
I think he might be
trying
leaving.
to do too much. Really?
No, I think for some reason in my head, I hope we don't spend no more money. But for some reason, the way it's looking, I'm not surprised. But what I'm seeing is maybe this man is low-key about to go. And he's just like, I'm playing like 80%, which is still good.
Yeah.
But he just didn't look, and I'm not trying to blame Conte. It's not his fault. But it's just, I hadn't seen that eagerness, that drive. I don't know if he picked up a yellow. Like, I just hadn't seen the dog in him. But then he's coming off injury, so maybe he's kind of working his way because he's been injured a lot recently. But he's rumored to go to Inter Milan. Apparently, he's rumored to go to
Manchester United.
Which we talked about. We said, get a CDM, you people. Don't buy. Yes. We said, don't buy Fred.
We said it. N'Golo Kante. They were like, okay. Like, man, we got him. Yeah, who is that? Yeah.
I wasn't impressed by him, but here's somebody I am impressed about. And this is my biggest problem when I think about Chelsea. Mason Mount is a starter. So when Pulisic and Ziyech comes back, I'm trying to figure out who's not going to play. Because Mason Mount is a midfielder. Havertz is now the new number 10, the cam. And then do you put Ziyech on the wing? So let's say you put Ziyech on the right wing.
You're running out of spots here.
I know.
That's what you're saying.
So let's say you have Ziyech on the right, Pulisic on the left.
Okay.
Then that means you got 3 spots for midfielders. But Kovacic is good, Mount is good, Havertz is good, and Conte. So who, Kovacic was one of Chelsea's best players last year. So does he go to the bench? Does Mount go to the bench? Because I think he's been better than Havertz.
Right. No, yeah, he man of the match for you, scored the goal.
Yeah.
I mean, was really creative. You send Tammy to the bench.
Yeah, Tammy's gone.
You put Timo up top.
Yeah.
And then it's just, I guess it would honestly just be Pulisic or Ziyech is what I'm thinking. Because him and Mount and Pulisic aren't the same. They're on different sides of the pitch, you know?
Yeah.
So I would assume that Mount, unless you could shoot. This is what I was thinking. This is why do you buy attackers when you're started Thiago Silva and Andreas Christensen in defense?
And Rudiger's apparently about to get quick sold somewhere. So, and I'm a Rudiger guy. So that I think the good thing is, hey, we have, I'm not gonna say better players. Well, Pulisic is better, but we have more players coming that can change the dynamic. But then the hard part is, what do you do? How do you do it? But we've seen Man City, Phil Foden, Mason Mount. You can probably compare those two, both young, both great.
Yeah, yeah.
And Foden, he just had to sit his butt down, and now he's starting and scoring.
Yes.
So maybe Mason may have to take a smaller role, even though he can do it.
Yeah, and maybe you grow up Pulisic or Ziyech and then sell them for 150 million and buy a center back, and now you've got Mount out on the right. You have an actual center back and a lot of money.
Now we have a run in the back.
Now you're fighting. Yeah, but I don't really see. I mean, with the way that Pulisic gets injured and the way that fixtures work in December in the Prem when you're playing 3 games a week, I think it's good to have that rotation. I don't know if you can keep people around and keep them like game sharp. You know, you have to play every week to be like super sharp and fit. I don't know if you can get that with all this rotation. Right. Well, he has COVID. They came out today. We thought it was, but he is out.
So I'm about to read, before we move on, I'm about to read the fixture list for us. Thank God. Okay. Well, I would say thank God it's going to be easy, but then we just tied 3-3 to West Brom. So I'm like, what really can happen? So we have Crystal Palace this weekend, and that's not easy.
Right, Crystal, but that's 3 points. That's 3 points.
3
Terence.
points. But has Crystal? Aren't they like doing pretty good? Didn't they just win?
Yeah. Let me look it up. I know they won week 1.
Crystal Palace right now is in 6th place. They are ahead of us. They're doing okay. So we have Crystal Palace, then Southampton. I'll take Southampton. We have Man U, not afraid. And then our last game of the month is Burnley. So this is a chance for us to snag
12 points.
12 points. So hey,
what are you thinking? What are you thinking? 8 or 9? What is the least that you'll take? I told you I wanted 3 or 4 for Arsenal. What are you thinking here? You want 9 at least?
No, give me 10.
Okay,
is 10 possible?
You're gonna win all 3, and you're gonna
draw 1. Yeah, I'm thinking exactly. I'm thinking win 3, draw 1. You got to get 10. Got to get 10. But our schedule.
So what's your goal here? What's your goal here as a Chelsea fan? 3rd? Is that what you're saying? Because you said the league is not really pressure, you know.
Well, see, remember I told you, I said the only reason I'm not putting Chelsea 2nd, because when you look at City, it's just like, okay, De Bruyne. You look at the team, they just should get 2nd based off pure quality. But I still want 2nd. I'm not gonna lie. And just before we talk about the main topic of the day that's coming up.
Yeah.
I think it's possible, maybe, because of City. We'll let's just go ahead and talk about it right now. Hey, Chelsea, I'm scared, I'm nervous, I'm excited. When Pulisic comes back, I pray he doesn't end up like Michael Owen. I keep just letting y'all know. I'm saying this. This is my theory. I think he's gonna be like Michael Owen. But let's